What is going on, guys? I'm Nick. We just saw Apple unveil their new iPhone 15 lineup, and that's exactly what I want to talk about today. Is it going to be worth it for you guys to upgrade from the 14 Pro like I have here, or from any other previous iPhone to one of the 15 Pro models? I really only am going to talk about the Pro models today. That is going to be the Pro and the Pro Max. I'm not going to talk too much about the standard iPhone 15 models because I don't have a crazy amount of interest in those. But if that's something that you guys do want to hear me talk about, let me know down in the comments below, and I definitely will. But the iPhone 14 Pro, what I have here, it's last year's model. It is 1 year old. I can already tell you right off the bat, if you have the 14 Pro and you're looking at the 15 Pro, it is probably not going to be worth it to upgrade from there. I don't think that you'd find yourself with a whole lot of new features. But one of the main reasons I do think people are going to upgrade is because you finally get rid of the stainless steel frames that we've had on the past, 3-4 generations of iPhones. As you can see, I didn't wipe my phone down before this, and I was going caseless to show it catches fingerprints like an absolute magnet. That's what it does. It catches a ton. Let me see if I can wipe this off, and you guys can see all of these little kind of micro scratches that it tends to collect. Remind you, I have never dropped this phone without a case. I have dropped it plenty of times with a case, but this is all just from me putting it in and out of my pocket with no case. I've never even put it down on like a rough surface without a case. This phone pretty much lives in the case and doesn't really see the outside world, but it has still managed to collect a ton of micro scratches. As you can see here, there are plenty of little scratches to take note of all along the stainless steel. That is no longer going to be an issue, or hopefully it's not an issue, with the 15 Pro models, thanks to the titanium body that they're going to be made out of now. Absolutely love that fact. And while speaking of materials, the new phone is no longer going to be a flat slab like this. It is not going to have the sharp edges anymore, which at first I didn't really think I minded too much until people started mentioning that it might be rounded off. And now in the videos and everything that you can see where it is slightly rounded at all corners, there's no longer this sharp edge here. It seems like it'll be a lot more comfortable to hold and will give me a lot more confidence when it comes to running the phone caseless. So absolutely love that. And aside from that, there is the fact that the phone no longer uses Lightning. Instead of using Lightning, it's going to use USB-C, just like pretty much every other device in our lives right now, and I absolutely love that. For the Pro models, they are going to be getting a way faster USB-C port. As for the regular models, it's pretty much just, it's going to do the same thing a Lightning port does with a different connector. But the Pro models is really interesting. It has way faster transfer speeds, and it's going to actually outperform the standard model. Absolutely love to see that. But the only reason I feel not too many people are going to be impressed by that is the fact that a lot of us own these. These are AirPod Pros, but there's also the standard AirPods, which still take Lightning. Not a huge deal for me because I only charge these via MagSafe, but if you own something like the AirPods Max, these are also just Lightning. They did not upgrade these to USB-C, so if you own these, you will still need to keep a Lightning port around. Or if you have any other accessories, like the MagSafe battery pack from Apple, that is going to be a Lightning port. Or even something like this, the MagSafe Duo. Great little portable charger, but of course, you need to keep a Lightning port around, a Lightning cable around, if you're still going to be using those. Obviously, there's always going to be third-party accessories like these portable power banks from Anchor, and these are going to be USB-C. Absolutely love to see stuff like that. But if you're someone who has been around and you're using all of Apple's accessories like these, you can't say goodbye to your Lightning cables just yet. Aside from that, one of the main reasons I think most people upgrade to these phones every single year is the fact that it's a status symbol. A lot of people want to have the latest and greatest just because it's cool to have it, and I totally get that. It makes a ton of sense, but if you're not one of those people and you kind of have this fear of missing out, you don't want to get FOMO around these phones, I don't think that'll happen this year. If you have the 14 Pro like I do here, I don't really think you should push for the 15 Pro. Now, the 15 Pro Max is kind of a different story. Of course, you're going to be getting a larger battery life, which can't speak to if it's going to be true yet. The 15 Pros should have slightly better battery life. Absolutely hoping for that. And that'd be thanks to the new processor inside the phone. So it's going to be able to handle things better. It's going to be able to handle performance better and kind of disperse all of this energy in a nicer way. Aside from just the battery life, the 15 Pro Max has a better telephoto camera. It's going to be able to zoom up to a 5x zoom, which is going to be a lot better than what we currently have on the 14 Pro. It is, Apple spoke on it for like a ton of time during the event. They really wanted you to get the idea of how much power they had crammed into the 15 Pro Max's camera. Of course, that is something you're gonna have to pay a little extra for, since the Pro Max's price did increase by about $100. The Pro model stayed the same at $999, which is really great to see, because I was already kind of scared the price was gonna go up for both of the models, but luckily it didn't. Our Pro models stayed at the same price, while the Pro Max was the one to increase. So not too bad, but just something to keep in mind. Aside from that telephoto, if that is something you're not really interested in, I can't find a main reason to want to upgrade. I feel the main reasons that you guys would want to upgrade would be materials. Materials is number one for me. Having that titanium body is what mainly made me want to upgrade for sure. And then there's going to be your software features. Of course, that would be the camera. Apple was boasting up to 7 lenses now in the camera, thanks to all of these little apertures and things that you could adjust. And then obviously, if you just need to upgrade to the latest and greatest every year, that's just what category some people fall into. But one of the features that I am most excited for, that I haven't even spoken on yet, is going to be the fact that the mute switch right here is gone. They killed off the mute switch, the mute toggle switch right here, and they replaced it with an action button. But not only is it just an action button, it is a completely programmable, customizable action button. So you can set it to just do mute toggle right out of the box. It's going to mute toggle, you hold, and it'll mute or turn the sound on for your phone. So you can keep it as a mute toggle switch for the rest of your life if that's all you wanted. But I absolutely love the fact that you can program it. You can set it to open your camera, turn on your flashlight, and record voice memos. It's going to do a whole ton of things. It's going to be able to activate shortcuts. Absolutely love that. I had an action button on one of my old devices, and it was one of my favorite features about it. I absolutely hated when I smashed that thing by accident. But that is really the main distincting differences between the two phones. There's not a huge amount to go over, but I really want to know if you guys are going to upgrade from the 14 Pro to the 15 Pro. Again, my honest opinion, from the 14 Pro, one generation behind, I don't think it's a huge need to upgrade. Even from the 13 Pro, I think you'd be fine. You'd probably be better off picking up a 14 Pro on discount. Or if you're at the 12 Pro, that's probably when I would start saying you could upgrade. You wouldn't really regret the purchase at 12 Pro. Anything prior to that, I would definitely say you're due for an upgrade. Give yourself a little treat. Get the 15 Pro, 14 Pro on discount, something like that. But that's really it for this one, guys. Let me know down in the comments below if you're going to be picking up any of the new 15 Pro models, any of the 15 models, and if you think it'd be time for a new watch. I've definitely been looking at the watches, but just can't really decide which one to get yet. That's it for this one, guys. Hope you all liked it. If you did, be sure to hit that like button down below, and remember to subscribe, guys. I'm gonna have a ton of iPhone 15 content coming out really soon. I'll see y'all in the next one.